Alright, here's a battle that I was thinking about not posting, not because it wasn't good, because it's a very, very good battle, because it's very, very long, due to a stall war, that takes place in the middle, or actually, really at the end of this battle. But I decided to post it anyway, like I said, because it's a very good battle against a nice guy named Fat Jesus from my, stream. And, yeah, that's the reason I decided to post it, like I said, it is a very good battle. He plays very well in this. And I think I make some good plays too. Regardless, he leads with Registeel, I lead with Talonflame. That is obviously not the way he wanted it to go. So he is going to switch out as I go for the Flare Blitz. I figure I'm just going to go for the obvious move, just in case, he decides he think I might overpredict in U-turn, I'll kill the Registeel, which would be awesome. Or, I figured I'd get decent damage on most things. Probably not the Salamence, who is now going to get the opportunity to Dragon Dance, so maybe it didn't really turn out that well. I go out into my Jirachi, and I kind of foolishly think that I can live, but I don't, so that wasn't good for me. I was trying to go for the Ice Punch, and, yeah, that did not end up going that well. So I go out into Vaporeon, because I'm pretty sure that he can't kill Vaporeon. Maybe outright. I doubt it, because this is a physically defensive Vaporeon here. So I just go for the Ice Beam, just in case he does want to try to kill me and stay in. But he ends up going back into his Registeel, because he wants to set up the Stealth Rock. I do have a Talonflame, so it's a pretty good move for him. Although I do also have a Rapid Spinner on the team, just in case. So I'm like, okay, he can set up Stealth Rocks. I'll get the opportunity to Rapid Spin away at some point. Either way, I go out into my Conkel Dur, pretty much to scare this guy away, because I don't think it'll really, do much damage to me. But, yeah, he ends up going back out into Salamence as I go for the Drain Punch. Sorry, I go for the Knockoff, knowing that he would switch into something. That's right, I do predict his switch and go for the Knockoff. End up getting rid of that Salamence's item. He goes for the Rock Slide, predicting my switch, and I was going for the Ice Punch here, but freaking flinch! Of course I get the flinch there. I was pretty much going to get away with Conkeldurr getting no damage on it from this Salamence, but thanks to the flinch, it kind of ruined my good prediction there. And he is going to be able to get the Dragon Claw on me and, yeah, get some nice damage on me before I'm able to kill him, which is kind of sad for me. Regardless, he goes out into Darmanitan, and this thing is just going to U-turn on my Vaporeon. And he just wanted to see who I'd go into and stuff, which, is the thing to do. He goes out into Slugger, who is his, what crap, what is this? Gastrodon, that's the one, and this thing is a very not good Pokemon for my team. We both can't really hurt each other because I have Water Absorb, he has Storm Drain. We actually both have one neutral move. I have Ice Beam, and he has Earth Power, and I just don't want to, play this game. I try to go out into Claydol here, seeing that he was going for Earth Power, and I do have Levitate, so it's not going to hurt me. I know he does probably have Scald, which will be super effective, but I figure Claydol has a lot of bulk. I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks, and now I'm going to try to Rapid Spin against this thing to get rid of my rocks. If he kills me, whatever. I kind of want to get the Rapid Spin, though, and yeah, he crits me, which gives me an interesting choice, because I do have the Explosion on Claydol. And this guy really hurts my team, so I'm like, okay, instead of going for the Rapid Spin, I'm going to try to take it out. Unfortunately, these things normally carry Protect, and I'm too stupid to look it up. And I didn't think he used it prior to that, so he definitely sprung it at the right time, and predicted well against my Explosion. It really sucks that he got that crit, because I really wanted to Rapid Spin away the rocks on my side of the field. So now I can't really safely bring out my Talonflame, which will limit my options. Definitely. So he's going to go for the Earth Power against my Vaporeon, and if you couldn't figure out who the Stalwart is later, who is against later, you're probably getting a sneak peek of that now. I do have Wish, which is my form of reliable recovery. He has Recover, so yeah, this is going to go nowhere fast unless someone gets a crit or a secondary proc. Regardless, he's going to go ahead and just use the Protect now as I go for the Ice Beam. At this point, I'm thinking that getting a Freeze on this thing would help, because I really don't have anything that can damage this. So that's the reason I'm going for the Ice Beam. I know that I'm actually wrong in that assumption. As you'll see later, there's a secondary effect of a certain move that I was not actually aware of. But at this point, yeah, I'm just trying to get damage. Well, I'm trying to get a Freeze, kind of. And he's going to switch out. He doesn't feel like playing this game. He goes out into Registeel, and I actually do get the Freeze against this. which is not the Pokemon I really wanted to freeze against, but I'll take it. So, yeah, the freeze does allow me to switch out, and I go out into my, Conkel Dur, because I figure, hey, my Conkel Dur's in yellow HP, I could actually heal off this thing, as long as it doesn't thaw out. It has a 10%, 10 or is it 20? One of the two. It has a very low chance per turn to actually thaw. So I'm thinking, as long as he doesn't, that freeze didn't go anywhere, I can just go for the Drain Punch and get some sweet healing back. So, yeah, I do get the first Drain Punch off, and unfortunately, I don't get the second, and he does have the Explosion, which isn't quite going to take out Conkeldurr, but it's going to do a lot, obviously. I mean, Explosion is one of those moves that will always do a lot. And I'm all thinking, I wish I didn't get the freeze at all at this point, because at least I would have played differently. Because the freeze empowered me to go out into Conkeldurr here. I probably wouldn't have done that. I probably would have tried to predict his Explosion with some Protect magic on Vaporeon, but, oh well, that kind of sucks. He goes out into Darmanitan. I'm actually going to just go for the Mach Punch to get damage on this thing, and it does a nice chunk, and he goes for the U-turn, which I resist. I believe I was predicting the U-turn, actually, which isn't bad. So I have 13 HP remaining as he goes out into his Donphan. And I did a quick calc, and 13 HP means I will have exactly 1 HP left if I switch back in. So I decide to switch out and save the remaining Conkeldurrness for later, as he does go for the Rapid Spin, getting rid of my rocks, and I can't set them back up again due to Claydol being gone. So he's going to have that advantage the whole game. So I go for the Ice Beam, kind of thinking that he might try to go into his, his Gastrodon here to try to soak up my water attack, but it looks like he was committed to just trying to get damage on Vaporeon, so yeah, now I go for the Scald as he goes into Gardevoir, which is obviously his Mega, and this is another thing that I really don't have an out for right now. So I end up going out into Raikou, which is probably not a great play, but the way I see it, I can't really risk switching directly into Talonflame, which is pretty much my only shot at killing this thing at this point, I think. Because this thing is just going to basically wall everything else, and I figure Raikou is probably the most expendable thing I have left. Looking at his team, there's not anything that I can really use Raikou for. It's not going to work against Gastrodon because it has Earth Power, so I'm kind of thinking, okay, this thing is, probably I just kind of have to sack this Raikou. Not because I think that Raikou can do anything to Gardevoir, but because I need to get a safe switch into Talonflame. He ends up going for the second Calm Mind anyway, so it was I could have actually went into Talonflame there, but it was just too much for risk. I needed to get Talonflame out against this thing, and he actually is going to stay in and let me just Brave Bird him, which, at least I'm able to take out his Mega Gardevoir, so there it goes, dead. Ha. And he's going to make the obvious play here and go back into his Gastrodon, which, thanks to his physical bulk, is really going to take the Brave Bird nicely, and obviously he can heal back most of it with Recover anyway, so yeah, he does have the Rocky Head, actually, which does finish me off. Not that it really matters, because, well, I guess it does matter. I would have been able to get a little bit more damage on him if I didn't die there. As you can see, I did do slightly more than his Recover healed. So, maybe I would have gotten a crit on that Brave Bird. So yeah, the Rocky Helmet did help him there. Upon reflection, I could have gotten a crit on that second Brave Bird and possibly even killed the Gastrodon. Regardless, yeah, just go for the Wish and then a Protect to get back to full. And yeah, the Star War is real between these two Pokemon. We both have exactly one move that can damage the other. His move can lower my special defense, my move can freeze him, which, like I said, I still was under the impression if I got a freeze on this thing, I might have a chance of taking it out with Conkeldurr. That's actually not the case, as I will find out, because I do get a freeze, and you'll see what happens. Regardless, if you don't actually already know where I'm going with this, yeah, this is where the Stall War is going to happen, and I was thinking about, speeding this up and all that, but if I had to suffer through this, and the viewers of the stream had to suffer through this, you can too. And in fact, YouTube even has a feature that you can go back, I think on the bottom right corner of the video, and speed it up if you really don't want to sit through this. So he goes into Darmanitan, which is actually a pretty good play, here, because I completely forgot about the U-turn. And by the way, this is a Zen mode Darmanitan, which is not the sheer force ability that they usually have, which is kind of interesting. Zen mode is it's actually pretty rarely used because of its base stats are very defensive, which doesn't really play into Darmanitan's strengths. But I go for the Scald here. He baited me into the Scald, and I feel so dumb for doing that. So I gave him a special attack boost, which really could tip the table here. So I have to hope that I can kind of PP stall his Earth Power now. It's like my only chance. I need to be... I don't know how many he's used. I have not been counting. But, yeah, as you see, he switches out back into Darmanitan. So I'm like, is he out of Earth Power? And he said yes, he was out of Earth Power. Which is obvious. The only reason he would switch out there, when he got the +1 attack, he's not going to try to bait me again, because he already has that +1 attack. The only reason he would have switched out is because he realized he can't damage my Vaporeon anymore, due to the fact he doesn't have Earth Power anymore, which is definitely in my favor here. Regardless, he goes for the Rock Slide, and yeah, it's not going to really do a whole lot because he's in Zen form. I'm not really sure why he decided to give this the Zen ability, but that's an interesting choice. Regardless, he is going to try to go for another Rock Slide. I just go for the Skull to get rid of this thing, because he pretty much already told me that he was out of Earth Power, so I'm not really afraid of him baiting me anymore. The only other attack he has is Scald, and I have Water Absorb. So, yeah, back to this again. Back to this old fun stall thing. You know what? I'm going to take the time right now to do today's question of the day before the battle even is finished, because there's just a lot of turns of just wasting PP here. Today's question of the day, kind of going along with the other themes recently of pick your favorite X of, you know, every Pokemon game. Pick your favorite starter of any Pokemon game. Obviously, my favorite starter is Charmander. Always has been, always will be. But go ahead and leave a comment about your favorite starter in any Pokemon game. It has to be a starter. So Pikachu does count due to the Pokemon Yellow. But aside from that, only those 3 Pokemon that you get a choice from at the beginning of the game. Although I guess, you know what? I guess Espeon and Umbreon would count too, because they were in that weird Coliseum game. But yeah, whatever. As long as it was a starter in a Pokemon game, you can claim it is your favorite. That's how I'm going to roll with it. Either way, more stalling, super fun. Oh yeah, everyone loves this part. I'm just keeping going for the Ice Beam, because I still have PP for it, and I think at this point I am running out. Like, I have like 1 or 2 left. Not a whole lot. So, yeah, I just go for it again, and I end up getting the freeze, which I kind of hinted at that I would get again earlier. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can end the stall war right now by going to the Conkeldurr. As long as he doesn't thaw, I should be able to hit him with the, what is it, the healing punch thing. Now I can't think of the name. You know, the one. But apparently, Scald has a little effect that I didn't know. It actually thaws freeze. And I knew that fire moves did that. I didn't know Scald did. It makes sense, don't get me wrong. And I might have known at one point, but since then I've forgotten. And yeah, so that whole time I was trying to freeze the this freaking Gastrodon was a waste because he just could have Scalded to get rid of it anyway. Oh well, it's not like I had a whole lot of options anyway. So we added up the PP we had left, and I ended up having more PP than him, so he's just gonna run. We kind of said, okay, this could go on for, you know, another 30 turns, or let's add up our PP, and whoever has more wins. And I did have more PP on my Vaporeon than he had on his Gastrodon, but that was a very, very good game, Fat Jesus. You played very well. Definitely a very good match. So leave a comment about the thing I said earlier, which is what is your favorite starter in any Pokemon game, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye. Also, rate, comment, subscribe if you like this video. Yeah, do that.